Hello guys, Tom Yoni here from Extratech, and welcome to this session of our affiliate website. Okay, so now we have installed Cactus, and this is our website. You can see how the website is perfect, but this is not the template and this is not the website. You can see that there are two different things altogether. This website is different from this, and this is the website we're trying to replicate. So what we're going to do is to get a template that looks exactly like this. Luckily for us, we don't need to build that from scratch. So what we have to do now is to get this template. So I will show you where you can get this template. So let's go to Google. If you go to Google, you can search for free HTML template and get the ones that you would like to use to build your shop. But I'm going to get this particular one from Start Bootstrap. Is a cool website where you can get some few, Bootstrap templates. So Start Bootstrap, that's the name, or you can search for it on Google. You can go to google.com, search for Start Bootstrap. Okay, I already have it here, and the first results. So this will take me to the Start Bootstrap website. So I'll just go straight to the templates because most of their themes are actually for pro versions and you have to pay to get them. So but what you're looking for is actually free templates. So, and everything we are doing here is free of charge. Even the hosting is free. So, and these are the beautiful templates we have. Modern business, you can get this if you wish. Scrolling nav, and a lot of them. Blog home if you want to build your blog. And these are, but this particular one, we're going to take this shop home homepage. So click on it. You can see that it looks exactly like the website we are trying to build. So if you go back there and preview, live preview, okay, let's just wait for it to load. And if you go back to the shop, we have our slider image here, and we have the page is actually divided into two sections. We have this sidebar and this main sections, which is divided into 3 columns. Okay, so let's go back to, let's just go straight to the download. Okay, so what you need to do is to click on download to get the template. Let's just get it from here, download. Okay, so you choose where you want it to be saved. Okay, let's save it there, and we'll go back to our desktop. Okay, this is it. So we can see, so we just extract to the same folder. Wait for it to finish extracting. So we go back, you can see this is it. And okay, so these are the files that comes with it. So this here you get to our CSS, the vendor, where you have our jQuery and our Bootstrap. Okay, so what we need to do is to open the folder that contains what we just installed. Okay, so on our desktop we have our Explify shops. So if we open it, we'll navigate to the parts where we installed our projects, which is here. So here we can see this is the build. This is where we have the static website. We are going to open this in our text editor, but then I want us to copy everything that we have here. So let's keep it side by side. Let's place it side by side like this. Okay, and this is the template we just downloaded and extracted. So we'll keep this here and keep this here. So our base, this is our base, our static, and the pages. You can see we already have our index.html here. So we're going to rename these, and let's just call it home instead of index. So we rename it and call it home.html. So we can copy this index, paste there. Alright, so the next thing we're going to need is our CSS and of course the vendor. So we don't need all this. Okay, so we'll just go back to our static. This is the CSS. You can see everything that is in there. So what we will do is we'll open the CSS and just copy the only file there and paste it here. Okay, so go back, our vendor, so we'll just lift to our vendor, copy it and put it in here. Okay, so we can close out of this place, and also we can close out of here, and let's just leave our server on. Let's open our text editor. So we're using Sublime Text. So we open to the folder, and it's on our desktop. So desktop, portfolios, no Netlify shops, and go straight to our project. And this is our project. So we open our project, and this is our project. So we see our static files, our images. This is where our images will be. So we are going to build this with normal Django. You can see that the templates, this is where you have our base.html. So let's just open this, go straight to index.html. So pages, index.html. So what we will do is from the nav, we take it up, and we're going to cut this. So let's just create a new base.html. So let's rename this and call it base1. Oh, we don't need that. So we're going to create a new inside our template. So call this base.html. Okay, so just paste everything we just copied there, and if we go to base1, we can just take this first line, come here, and our HTML tag, paste that there, and go back to base1. What else do we need? We need this tag, copy it, and we just put it there. So go back to our base1. Okay, we see the way that the Django tag is being configured to locate our static files. So we are going to copy this link, Ctrl C. We don't really need that anymore, but we'll use it to configure other things. So we can actually leave it. We'll just come here and we add our Django tag and our static, because it's in the static folder. So we need to put / here, and we'll come here, we end it, and we close our static or our Django tag. Ctrl S to save. We do that to the CSS also. So we open, we say static, we say / static / we'll come to the end of this side, and we close our static or our Django tag. Rather, Ctrl S to save. And what next do we need to do? Okay, so let's just get some other few things from here. We need this. Ctrl C to copy, come back to the head, and Ctrl V to paste. Okay, so the title of this website, so we're going to call it Netlify Shops. So shop homepage. Alright, so we leave it like that. Ctrl S to save. These shops, not shops. Okay. Alright, so what next do we need? I think okay, let's copy the rest. So go back to our original index.html and cut out the footer. So cut out the footer. This is the end of the container. We'll come back to our base and we can just put it there. So of course we want to, if you go back to the original template, you want to copy this. So copy this and come back here in between here. We'll put to a tag, Ctrl S to save, and of course we want to copy this too. Come back here, and in between the body and the HTML, I can just put that there, and Ctrl S to save. The next thing we're going to do is we'll go back to our base.html, and of course we need to add our Django tag here. So static, and we say static / of course we need to add a / here, and we'll come back to the end of this place and close our Django tag. Ctrl S to save that. Okay, we'll do the same thing here. So we say static and static. Okay, come to the end and close our Django tag. Ctrl S to save. Okay, so basically there are no images. The only thing we're going to do is the link. So we'll come here and let's just copy the links. So let's just copy this. Ctrl C to copy and come to our home and put it here inside our class. Ctrl S to save and come back here, and we'll just copy this URL. Ctrl S to save, and you see all you need to do is to copy and paste and copy and paste. You're not doing much thing. So we'll come here and put that. Okay, so we don't need this anymore, so we can just remove that. Ctrl S to save. So we can do this to the about page, but if we go to the website we are trying to build, is the about page? Okay, there's an about page, services and contacts. So we just we do the same thing. We add this to all the links. So the next one is about. So inside there we put that, and can just get this. Ctrl C and come back here and paste that. Okay, services. We'll just get this link. Ctrl C, come back here and paste here. So change this to services instead of contact. services.html, and also alright, the about is correct. So we come back here, and the last one we just copy this link, this URL, and come to the services that we created and change this to services also. Services. Ctrl S to save and come back here and sign in. Alright, pretty well. We can just copy this, Ctrl C and paste here, and change this to contacts, and also the URL, paste here, and we change this to contacts. Ctrl S to save. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, we need to go back to our index.html and just include the Django tags. So we'll go back to our home and just copy this, Ctrl C, and come to our HTML, or paste index.html and paste that. We go back to the home again, scroll down to the end and just get this, Ctrl C, and we come back here and go down to the bottom and just drop that there, Ctrl S to save. And pretty much that's let's just check what we've done so far. So if we come to this place and refresh, okay, sorry, alright, so what we need to do now is we're going to close our server. Okay, Ctrl C to close out of the server. Let's just refresh the page for it to be closed properly. So we just restart our server for the template we just built to be created, to be built. So basically it has been built, so you can see, boom, this is our template, and that's just all. So let's close this. Okay, so we can see our template is showing now. We've configured everything and everything is correct. So the next thing we're going to do is to get the images that we'll put in all these places. There are different ways you can actually do that. You can create these images on your own, or you can get it from Amazon. Okay, so I will go to my affiliate program and choose the items I want to be displayed here. Okay, the items might be different from what we have here. Okay, so I'll just look for different bags. So let's go to Amazon. Okay, so I will go to, let me just search for women handbags. Okay, see, there are beautiful handbags. I just want to take the most beautiful ones, preferably the ones that are expensive. Okay, we can filter if you wish. Okay, let's just like this. This is $140. That's cool. $79.99. $125. Okay, so let's say we click on this. Okay, let's get this on our shop. So to get this on our shop, I'm going to show you can either get this picture. If you click on it, it's going to be difficult to download or to save it. So I will right click and go to inspect. Okay, so I'll use my cursor and click on the image. So this is actually the image. So if I right click on the image and edit as HTML, I can copy of this image, or I just copy the attributes. So let's just increase this. So I'll copy all the attributes. Okay, excluding the style. Ctrl C to copy that. Okay, so now we've copied. So if we go back to our text editor, and I'm going to locate the very first container, which is this. So we're going to put the item here. You can see the size that is allocated for it, but we will not use that. Anything that the image gives to us, that's what we're going to use. But then we are going to make it, because this is actually a Bootstrap deck card. Okay, so the heights of all the cards are actually the same, irrespective of what you put in them. Okay, so we are going to go back to our text editor, and the very first, this is the category. You can see this is the sidebar, and this is the main container. These are the slider images. So let's start with this is the first item, and you can see the image here. So we are going to remove everything here. Okay, the image rather. So we'll leave the class, and starts from the source, and we just paste everything we copied in there, just like that. And you will discover that this also have a class. What we copy also have a class. So we'll just take this, Ctrl C, and put in this class that came with what we just copied. That's end. So Ctrl V and delete this class. Okay. Ctrl S to save. The next thing we're going to do is to let's just preview this and see how it's displayed in our website. So if we refresh, okay, so you see the the handbag. We don't need to edit any picture, it's just there. So we just need to do some styling, and of course with Bootstrap that's quite easy. So we just come back to our class and we make the image responsive. So where's our class? This is our class. So we just add image img fluid. Is it already added? No, img fluid, and we'll add some padding. Okay, so we'll just add padding, round padding, top, left, right, and center, and of course that's 16 pixel. And we just add a border at the bottom, border bottom. Ctrl S to save this. That's pretty much. And let's refresh our page to see how it displays. Okay, we need to close out of the server. Ctrl C to close and refresh this page for it to be faster. And we just have to restart our server. And of course you see the new build of our. Alright, so you can see there is a border at the bottom now, and it's beautiful the way it is. So the next thing we're going to do is to get the name of this item. So if we go back to Amazon shop, we don't need this anymore, so we can close out of that. Okay, so the name of this item is my care course, so we can just get this, Ctrl C, and we go back to our text editor, and inside where we have item 1, we just paste it there. Okay, and of course, alright guys, that's where we'll stop for this lesson. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll continue in the next lesson.